In today's video, I'm going to show you guys how to manipulate DB Fire 2 by just understanding numbering spacing in offensive formations. Let's get into it. What's up, guys? Hey, for the Same Ad YouTube channel, and I've noticed via my trends that a lot of you are finding the channel because you are searching how to attack the DB Fire 2 out of the dollar. So in today's video, I'm going to give you guys a very simple way that you can install in any offensive formation that you guys want, a way to easily manipulate this play. As you guys know, dollar is probably the most popular formation out there for the DB Fire meta and the spinner meta, and it's really tough to attack consistently with quick hitting routes. So this is going to be a really beneficial video for you guys. Make sure you guys hit the like button, the subscribe button, notification bell, and drop a comment below. Help push this video out in the algorithm. Otherwise, let's get right into this here. Numbering, real easy stuff here. This is something that we've talked about in the defensive videos that I've done here on the YouTube channel. And when it comes to DB Fire, it's important to understand the rules of the formation. And what I mean by that is that it's very important for you guys to understand that when it comes to vertical hooks, if there is no mid-read zone on a play, vertical hooks will match the number 2 receiver in a formation if both the number 1 and the number 2 receiver both release vertically. So in this case, what this means is, as we're paying attention to the offensive formation, if I were to zoom out, there are 2 number 1 receivers, and those are the guys that are on the outside of the formation. And then there are 2 number 2 receivers, and those are the guys that are in the slots. And of course, if we were to count a 3rd receiving option, work done would be the number 3 on the left. So you number from outside to inside. And when it comes to plays that have vertical hooks in them, if there is no mid-read zone, like for instance one that you might find in a Tampa 2, you will be able to get those vert hooks to bail out and open up giant patches of grass for you to throw to. So let's go ahead and do something very simple here. What we're going to do is run the DB Fire setup. Everyone knows how this works. Basically a base, a line, a press. They walk the safeties down, and then they kind of hang out down here in this area of the field. And, typically they're going to be dropping back down the seam. So one of the things that we could do is a simple under concept. And what I mean by that is we're just going to run a shallow cross or slant from our B receiver to the wide side of the field. And what we're going to do is do a runoff combination or a flooding combination of the left side of the field. This doesn't look like a sexy route combination, but it doesn't have to be for this to be a successful play. So what I mean by this here is we're going to go ahead and leave work done in. We're going to slide protect to the right side. We are going to then go ahead and ID this left slot corner, and we're just going to let Julian Edelman take the left vertical hook out of the play. So watch on this setup as we cause that vertical hook to run out of the play, and then we can throw the ball on the slant over the middle. Now, obviously right there, I didn't have Fearless activated, so we did take a pressure inaccurate, but this is something that is very easy to see as it pertains the route combination. So this is the vert hook right here that we are manipulating by sending both the receivers that are on the right side of the field vertically. So you see right here that he has to run all the way out to this side of the field. And because both the number 1 and the number 2 are vertical, he has to match the route to the sideline. And because of that, you basically have the entire side of the field open for this slant. Now, the reason that we are right here running a combination where we run a seam is that typically the user, which I would have been controlling if I had 4 hands, get back inside, has to respect the inside vertical high ball to this particular throw. So they've got to drop into this area where the white reticle is. And if that user were bailed out in the seam with Gronkowski, we will have all this room underneath for this particular slant or shallow cross to run, and provided we make an accurate throw, you're going to be off to the races for a huge gain on something so simple. But I know that most of you guys are probably 2x2 tight players. After all, it is the meta of competitive Madden. So let's go ahead and hop into a tight formation such as the tight slots or the tight formation or the tight flex or the tight doubles. You guys get the gist. And once again, we are facing DB Fire. We'll base align it. And with this particular concept here, we've got a couple of different options. We can go ahead and run that same runoff combination, lock the blitz, and go ahead and run what I would call kind of a delayed under route. I use the in route because with compression, you don't want that route zipping right across the field too soon and allowing the guy that's bailing to match the second route time to turn around, if that makes sense. So really what you want to do is you want to get Gronk in the seam, run a little bit of a square in because it hits the left side of the field a little bit slower than a drag or a slant. And as so long as you can block the blitz, you're going to be in a spot where that route is going to be an easy under call. Now, if you're facing regular DB fire and you want to get that particular player in the soft squat out of the way, it's really easy to do so by just motioning over this receiver. This X receiver will then cause that player to match. We could go ahead and set up the exact same route combination here, and we're going to be just fine because you're now going to see this, the soft squat converts, and then I can throw that drag underneath. Again, right there, kind of the user just sit in the middle, bump that in route. But again, kind of the same principle here. Now, again, most players are going to probably run with the tight end down the seam. That is kind of how users would typically respond. So I'll go ahead and kind of mimic that with what this player is going to do here. But again, you could go ahead and run this exact same combination and basically hit it up just like you're going to see right here. Snap the ball, pick up the blitz, under call here. You could throw this ball across the face and you're out. And regardless of whether or not the vert hook matches, that's going to be something that's going to be open. So again, as you see right here, we're going to drive off both those zones, and we can throw just a simple undercall across the face of the linebacker and hopefully hit the sideline and turn it up for a big gain on a simple shallow cross. A really nice way to window dress this concept is to align in a trip style formation. And the reason that you might do that is that this player really has to get out there over the number 2 receiver. And you can utilize motion of one of the 2 receivers, whichever slot you want, across the formation to create a 2x2, and then run the exact same combination. So let's talk about maybe Edelman running vertical or even into the corner from the wide side of the field there. And then maybe let's run a streak combo and then put Jefferson on a drag or a slant back across the middle. Again, in this scenario, you're still going to be blocking the blitz the exact same way. I'm going to motion him across. We're going to go ahead and snap the football, and you're going to see that that vert hook on the left bails, and we've got this slant back across the middle for a giant gain. And again, if you can make a guy miss, that turns into 25, 30, 35, 40 really, really quickly for you. And it's not just wide receivers that have to hit the other side of the field when you're causing vert hooks to match. Maybe you could run a simple running back in route out of the backfield and utilize motion to go ahead and clear out these plays. You could use the tight end as a blocker, for instance, and still run off the coverage and then hit the running back underneath. So you see here in this example, I can throw the running back out of the backfield, and hopefully he has better hands than Henry right there.
EA Sports, it's in the game.
I think at the end of the day, beating DB Fire is something where you just need to sit down and breathe. Obviously, a lot of players want to make it so you can't throw the ball in the seam. They got those vert hooks that drop there. They walk the safeties down, but they're very, very easily manipulated if you know what you're doing with the spacing of your formations. It doesn't have to be a compressed set. It doesn't have to be a spread set. You can use motion to do this. It's a very, very easy way and very, very annoying way to hold the user in the middle of the field and open up other routes that you actually wish to throw. So I hope that today's video helped you guys out. If it did, make sure you guys give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell, and drop a comment below. We'll see you guys later this afternoon with our next YouTube short, or tomorrow with our next video upload. Until then, this is Zan. Get in the lab and good luck.